Oh my god, winter vibes with my hot chocolate. It's gonna be so attractive if I have hot chocolate all over my mouth. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I did a hoop competition and I filmed it. I tried to do like a little vlog of it on the day and also film clips getting ready for it, but like just looking at the clips I have, I know it's not really going to make much sense if I just like put all the clips together, so I'm going to sort of talk you through it and hopefully it'll make more sense. So this is sort of like a little story time slash vlog. So I did the All Irelands and it was fine. I didn't place, but it was good. My routine went well. I just found out yesterday that I'm not going to get back the professional video because of camera issues. It's okay. I'll get over it. I didn't really focus on doing my hoop routine until after the All Irelands, just because it's pole and that's sort of like what I focus on more. So I was just like all about the All Irelands. Then I was like, okay, really need to make a plan for this hoop routine because it's in like 2 weeks. Hoop routine was for the pole dance Ireland Princess competition. Pole Princess Ireland. Pole dance. It's here. The Pole Dance Ireland Princess competition. Okay. And there we go. Great. So that was 2 weeks after the All Irelands. And I hadn't started a routine, which if anyone does pole or aerial knows, that's not good for a competition. So I had to really like focus on that for the next couple of weeks. So I'll put in some clips of me like practicing, like trying to put a routine together. Also me like sort of freaking out because the routine that I started with wasn't working, so I had to like change it up. I'm basically just putting together the clips that I did from Sunday and Saturday just to see what I actually have of a routine. There's not much. I have like a few moves that I wanted to do, but apparently I didn't record me doing them as part of the routine. So it's now less than a week until the competition. I've had a private lesson, so I do have a routine now. So we're getting somewhere, but still a little bit nervous because it's literally less than a week away and it needs to be like perfect today, otherwise I don't think it's gonna go well. So yeah, got ready, had my private lesson. Eventually the routine gets put together like 2 days before the competition. It's actually finished and I actually have a proper run through of it. So then the night before I sort of freak out. I don't know why, but for this competition I was so much more nervous than the All Irelands, like beforehand and then also on the day. So the night before, like things just weren't really going right. I couldn't find my little tripod for my camera, which I wanted because I wanted to film my routine on the day. It's the night before the competition and I feel like shit. I actually feel worse than I did, I think, for the All Irelands. I'm just not ready. Like, I'm just not. I don't have my costume done. I don't even have a good costume. Like, I'm literally wearing a bodysuit, so wow, that's really interesting. Like, I look great. I'm so competition ready. Basically, you can tell that I'm stressed.
So my mood just drastically changed because I found my Gorilla Pod, but I also just found a big bar of chocolate. All for me. I'm so happy. Love myself. Thank you.
So the next day, like I said, I was very nervous. I woke up feeling really anxious, which is like not how I felt at all for the All Ireland. Like I was sort of anxious but more excited. I was just completely nervous. It's the morning of the competition. I'm in the middle of getting ready. Didn't film it because I just don't feel like it today. But yeah, getting ready now. I will be back later. And like wasn't looking forward to the day. I think part of that was because the Pole Princess competition is in Dublin, which is like an hour and a half ish away from me, probably a little bit more. And I was basically gonna have to drive that. I have never driven to Dublin before, and I think that was making it worse, like knowing that I had to do that, and then I also had to compete and like get ready and make sure I had everything. So I think that kind of made it a lot worse. Like it was to the point where like before I left, like I was crying. Like I convinced my mum to drive for me so I didn't have to worry about that, but she didn't really want to drive either. So like I felt really bad for making her drive, but I was also like really freaking out, like I said, crying before, like right before we left the house. It was okay, it worked out. My mum drove and we were on our way. The way there wasn't really anything special, like it was normal. We stopped for food halfway and eventually we got into Dublin, and then that's kind of when it got more difficult to navigate around. So eventually we find a 24-hour parking. My mum like wasn't even paying attention to like anything. Like she drove into this car park, didn't even look at the price of like how much an hour was going to be, and for 1 hour it was like something crazy, like €3 or something for an hour. And the car park was attached to like a shopping centre, so we had to like go through the shopping centre. We went up and down and up and down. This is eating into my practice time and that's not really helping how nervous I am. Bear in mind I'm carrying the aerial hoop that I'm going to be using later that night, which isn't heavy, but when you're carrying it around for like an hour, it starts to hurt your shoulders. Like it's literally, I didn't realize this was going to come in handy, but it's literally like the same size as this. Yeah, except it's a big metal hoop and not a light little plastic tube. So I'm carrying that around, like almost hitting everyone that walks past me. Eventually, after like half an hour of walking up and down, we find somebody to tell us how much parking is going to be. But we still have like a 10-minute walk to the actual venue from the car park. So we get into the venue and everyone's already practicing. I get my hoop up and I have a practice run through and it goes okay. And then I can sort of start to chill out. So I sit down, I start to do my makeup, and things are feeling okay. There's still like an hour before the competition actually starts, so I think everything's going okay. And then I go to put my costume on. I don't really know what happened, but basically I put my costume on, you'll see in the clips. Leotard is fine. I have tights that I wear underneath the bodysuit, and they're like dance tights, so they're thicker than just like little tan tights you would put on under a skirt or something. I don't realize until I put them on that they are ripped. And when I say ripped, I mean there is a hole on the inside of my legs and ladders the whole way down to my knees. on both sides. Then I start to freak out. Because it's not just like, oh, it's a little ladder down like the inside of my leg. Like, it's 2 big holes and 2 big ladders. And it's very noticeable. Like, I've gotten points taken off me before for having a label sticking out of my top. I don't want to get points taken off me for having a hole in my tights. So I decide I'm just going to have to take them off and go bare-legged. Like, the night before, I put tan on, but did I put it on my legs? No, because I thought I was going to wear tan tights. But basically everyone's telling me like it'll be fine, like you'll be up there and the adrenaline will kick in and like you'll not even feel it. Like, I felt it when I got off. So I watched like the first couple of categories for the pool performances, and then I start to like warm up and get ready, and I'm also like just running back and forth. Like, my mum's in the audience and then I'm like running backstage, so I'm like running back and forth between them. And like during this time I'm also asking people like that are doing hoop as well, like, do you have spare tan tights? Like, by any chance did you bring spare tan tights? And everyone's like, no. Like some girls did just do it in their bare legs, and then some people had like full body suits on, and then some people were just like, no, I didn't bring any spares. One lovely girl offered me hers after her performance, and she was only on like 3 people before me, like in our category, and she was like, you can just have mine, like afterwards I'll come and find you and you can just use mine. And like that made me feel so much better, just knowing that like there were tights there for me to use. But like as it got closer to our category, I told her, like, don't worry about it, like I'm gonna not be a little bitch and I'm just gonna go out there in bare legs and deal with it. Like, it'll be fine, I'm sure I'll survive. So yeah, obviously eventually I do my routine and it goes fine. I didn't mess anything up. I am gonna put the video up on here as well. After my routine I feel really sick. Like, I don't know why. Probably because I hadn't had anything to eat like all day apart from one sausage roll. For some reason I feel really sick, like not just nervous sickness like the one, like the kind I had earlier, but as if I could probably throw up if I really tried. Not an enjoyable experience, but eventually it passed. So there wasn't that many competitors on after mine. There was like a few more in my category, and then there was doubles hoop as well, which there was only like 3 people in. And then it was time for the winners to be announced. So for that, everyone goes up on stage. If you haven't guessed already, I didn't place, which I didn't really expect because it was my first hoop routine and my first hoop competition, and I didn't start preparing for it until 2 weeks before the competition. But like, I thought I did well. I only just got my feedback today, so I'll actually read some of that out in case anyone wants to hear it. I wish I knew who wrote each like critique, because like Terry and Lizette were there, like they were judges. Terry and Lizette are pole doubles world champions, that's it, and they have very successful studios as well. So I wish I knew the scores that they give me, because I don't know who wrote which. One person wrote beautiful flow, love the story / feathers and tricks, because I had like feathers at the start to like sprinkle around. Shout out Gemma Chung for giving me hers. Sort of stole her idea, but you know, I had to do something else. Like, I prepared 2 weeks before and I had nothing. Like, you'll see my bodysuit is just plain pink with a little bit of fluff on it that I put on the day. Like, I was not very prepared, so I had to do something. I hate having to read other people's writing because I can't make it out. Clean transitions. Someone wrote nice idea for originality. Very short smile at the end, use it more. Ooh. Good use of length of the space. Good ideas, keep hooping and be confident in your skills and personality, well done. All the critiques are really nice, which is good because it's nice to hear, but I'm also like, tear me to shreds. Like, tell me what I need to improve on to win. Beautiful song and feathers, well done. And stunning, gorgeous lines, lovely transitions, love the feathers, nice touch. I think this is realised, so well realised, thought out routine. So yeah, I can sort of see like by the scores I was given in each section, because it's broken down by like originality, like flexibility, flow, transitions, like strength and all that kind of stuff. So I can see by the scores I've been given in each section what I should aim to work on. I'll also just throw in some pictures of me like at like 3 in the morning when we got home. I was basically at this stage where like you're so tired you just can't really function properly, like you feel like you're drunk or something. Unfortunately I didn't really get anything interesting from the competition. Like from the All Irelands, I will show you what I got. Like for the All Irelands this year, they went all out and we all got medals. Medals for participation. Well done for trying. At least you tried. Let me show you the product. Nice. Well done. So yeah, this is my finalist medal for the All Irelands in a nice little box. So you really feel like you actually like achieved something. And then every year you also get like a certificate, so you can't really see that well. For Pole Princess we got certificates as well. It's not quite as fancy as maybe the All Irelands one. It's a little bit more traditional. And like these lanyard things we got at the All Irelands as well, and we got them last year, so like it's not really interesting. We did get pop sockets though. Like honestly that kind of made it worth my trip to Dublin. They're X-Pole pop sockets, which I did not know X-Pole had. And I really needed a new pop socket. It was actually embarrassing the state my other one was in. So that's pretty much it. That's my first aerial hoop competition. I really hope that somebody enjoyed this video and find it interesting. I will post my routine as well up here if you haven't seen it already. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Subscribe. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And yeah, just let me know. And you can also find my Instagram in the bottom if you don't follow me on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm gonna go. Bye. Okay, bye.